If you're watching this, it means you're tired. Not the kind of tired that sleep fixes. The kind of tired that sits in your chest. The kind that makes even breathing feel like work. And maybe today, you felt like quitting. Quitting the dream. Quitting the fight. Quitting on yourself. So before you do anything, before you make any final decision, just sit here with me for a while. Listen to this story, because this story is about you. There was once a boy who was always told, "You have potential," but no one ever told him how heavy potential feels when nothing in your life actually works. He wasn't lazy. He wasn't stupid. He wasn't weak. He was just exhausted. Every time he tried, life pushed back harder. Every plan failed. Every effort felt invisible. Every morning felt like starting a war he didn't sign up for. One night, he sat on the edge of his bed and whispered, "I can't do this anymore." Not dramatically, not loudly, just honestly. He felt like the world would keep spinning perfectly fine without him in it. And that thought scared him, because it also felt peaceful. That night, he didn't cry. He didn't panic. He just stared at the ceiling, thinking, "What's the point?" And in that silence, something strange happened. Not a voice from the sky, not a miracle, just a memory, a very small one. He remembered being 7 years old, running outside, laughing for no reason, believing life was big and exciting. And he thought, what happened to that kid? When did life become this heavy? When did he stop believing things could change? And a thought came to him that would quietly save his life. What if this isn't the end of my story? What if this is just the worst chapter? Here's the truth nobody tells you. The worst chapters feel endless when you're inside them. You can't see the page turning. You can't see the plot building. You can't see the future version of you reading this part and saying, "I survived that." Because right now, you're inside it, and it hurts. But pain inside a chapter does not mean the book is over. It means the story is getting serious. He didn't wake up motivated. He didn't wake up inspired. He woke up, still tired, but he made a tiny decision, not to fix his life, not to change everything. Just this: I will survive today. That's it. Not win, not succeed, not be amazing. Just survive. And that tiny goal was the first step out of the darkness. He brushed his teeth. He drank water. He stepped outside for 5 minutes. No one clapped. No one noticed. But something shifted, because every small action whispered to his brain, "I'm still here." And sometimes staying is braver than achieving. Days passed, then weeks, and he realized something powerful. The world did not need him to be perfect. It only needed him to not disappear. He didn't need a 10-year plan. He needed one more day, then one more, then one more, and life, very quietly, began to change. Not dramatically, not magically, but slowly. You know what he discovered? The people you admire, the ones who made it, they are not the ones who never felt like quitting. They are the ones who had nights exactly like this and didn't. That's the only difference. They stayed. They stayed when it was ugly. They stayed when it was boring. They stayed when it felt pointless. And staying changed everything. Right now, you cannot imagine your life being good again. That's okay. You're not supposed to see it yet. That version of you exists, but you haven't walked there. Just like you can't see the top of a mountain from the bottom. It doesn't mean the top isn't real. It means you haven't climbed enough steps. Imagine just for a moment, you 5 years from now, stronger, calmer, wiser. They look back at you tonight and say, "Please don't quit. I exist because you didn't." They don't need you to be strong. They need you to hold on because your future depends on this version of you surviving. Feeling like this doesn't make you weak. It means you've been strong for too long without rest. And now your soul is asking for gentleness, not pressure. You don't need motivation right now. You need permission to be human. The boy didn't suddenly become successful. He didn't suddenly become confident. He just kept going long enough for life to change. And life always changes. That's a rule. Pain is temporary, even when it lies and tells you it's permanent. Months later, he had a normal day. Nothing special, but he laughed. And it shocked him, because he forgot what it felt like to laugh without forcing it. And in that moment, he realized, I'm not in that dark place anymore, not because of one big moment, but because of hundreds of tiny decisions not to quit. You're not at the end, you're at the part where the hero almost gives up. Every powerful story has this moment. This is yours, and this is where heroes are made, not in success, but in survival. Not tomorrow. Right now. Take a breath, drink water, look around the room. You are still here, and that is enough for today. You don't need to fix your life. You only need to not leave it. If you're watching this at your lowest, please hear this. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not a failure. You are in the hardest chapter of your life. And the only requirement to reach the next one is to turn the page by staying alive. One more day, one more breath, one more try. Because the version of you who is happy, peaceful, and proud is waiting in the future, hoping you don't give up tonight.